What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Who You Got With and
Melo.
Rado, the sports podcast where we talk your favorite sports debates, sports highlights, and sports matchups. What's up, Melo? I know you've been watching the NBA playoffs, right?
Oh yes. Definitely just got through the last of the second
The
round.
only.
Actually, it was the only game 7, and that was your boys' faithful Celtics versus the 76ers, who was able to
You
close it
guys did
out.
it.
And now, and now the conferences are all set. It looked like a hell of a two-series game.
Nice. Yeah, it's going to be some crazy, crazy series. We saw a lot of amazing stuff just in the second round. Obviously, we had the defending champions, the Warriors. They couldn't do it against the Lakers. They lost it. And then the Denver Nuggets were just beasting on the Phoenix Suns. And Miami, somehow, some way, out of nowhere, out of the play-in tournament, got themselves into the Eastern Conference Finals. And then, obviously, yeah, like you said, your Boston Celtics been doing amazing though. Honestly, playing really good when they need to. You know, they closed out Game 6 on 7, which was definitely amazing to watch them do that. But I can't wait for these matchups: Miami versus Boston and Los Angeles Lakers versus the Denver Nuggets.
hmm Definitely looking forward to it. Obviously, we game 7 yesterday. It was nice because we ended up having one extra day of basketball, and with one day rest, right into the next round, and they're gonna take their time, pretty much one game a day, which I do love.
Yeah, I like that. I do. I mean, I like how the second round was too. You pretty much didn't have a day where you weren't watching basketball. That was definitely nice to do,
hmm
to see. And obviously, in the finals is going to be like every 3 days. So you definitely like to have basketball almost every day. You know, definitely like that in the playoffs. And it's going to be some big games. So let's talk about it. I mean, let's go over. You want to talk about the Lakers versus the Denver Nuggets? Two powerhouses right
Oh,
here.
oh yes,
Go ahead.
somewhat now. Wow, it's easier to judge uh, a 2 versus 8 that kind of was led by one guy. Where in this side you're pretty much getting what is a 1 versus 7.
I mean, it is a 1 versus 7, but
Um,
it doesn't seem like it, right?
and it doesn't seem like it. So the other one, the other series does look like a little alright. We kind of know who the favorite is, even though it's not going to be an easy series. But this one, honest, this feels like a toss up. Both teams have and clear
That's true.
weaknesses, and some of the team's strengths are the other team's
Hmm.
weaknesses, and it's just going to be a well coached series where we're definitely going to see out each other and who can pretty much impose their will on the other team.
Yeah, I definitely think so. I obviously you're gonna have the big names: LeBron, AD, Jokic, Murray. You know, those are gonna be the big names in the Western Conference Finals that everyone's gonna want to talk about. But I definitely want to talk about a lot of the role players because I'll be honest, like I think in that Western Conference Finals, you got the two teams that probably have the best bench and the best role players in the NBA, other than probably the LA Clippers. But I think those two teams right there, especially the Lakers, since the trade deadline, they beefed up all their role players, and the Denver Nuggets have been trying to beef their role players up for the last 3-4 years, pretty much trying to get Jokic to this point. So I think it's going to be a great game either way. I think, obviously it's going to be Denver having an advantage at home, but do you think that they actually have like a home court advantage, or do the Lakers seem like more of a higher seed than a seventh? To be honest, to me they seem way higher than the seventh seed.
They definitely do seem higher than the 7th seed. They had a lot of in the season off, but since they made obvious their decisions getting players like D'Angelo Russell and Jared Vanderbilt, their strength on both sides of the court, they honestly are a whole
Yeah.
nother team. At this point, since they got the All Star trades, pretty much have been in offensive rating for the rest of the season. Led the league in free throw prevention. Basically, got teams scared to go to the paint, not really contact, and basically have been probably one of the best teams in this.
Mm.
And that's obviously big help to what they picked up like you said, a lot of players. This two stack teams. I mean, you got LeBron and AD, and obviously another side you got
Right.
Jokic and Murray. But in addition to those, with the Lakers, you have Reeves and Hachimura all chipping in to average over the playoffs so far. And with the CJ, Aaron Gordon, Contavious
Yeah.
Caldwell Pope, all four of them contributing double digits. So definitely going to be a series of which role player is going to basically excel, have a good game, find their niche, and pretty much change.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think this is going to be a game of the X factors. Obviously, I do believe that LeBron and AD and Jokic are all going to play good in this series. Murray, I do think he's going to have some spots where he has trouble because D'Angelo Russell, he's a great defender as well. Like he has been, like you just said, the Lakers have been playing great defense. They also shoot a lot of free throws. You know, this year they've been shooting the most free throws, so I do think that's going to be on their advantage. Them going inside and trying to get Jokic into foul trouble. I do think, the questions are going to be just like you said. Who's going to go off for the Lakers? Is it going to be Reeves? Is it going to be Hachimura one day? Is it going to be obviously Russell? Because I do think in some spots LeBron is going to be possibly missing. You're going to have a few games that LeBron is not going to be going off. And AD, if you remember him playing against the Warriors, his series was so weird because he played good in game 1, bad in game 2, good in game 3, bad game 4, good game 5, bad game 6 because LeBron took over game 6. But it shows you that like he has like an off game every few days. Now you are going to get a little bit more off time now between games, so that's going to be helpful. But Jokic is known to beast on Anthony Davis, and he has been doing that for the last 6 years.
So I think I think it's been a even matchup. Jokic averages do fall slightly while being guarded by Anthony Davis. But at the end of the day, he's still going to give you 20, 11, and 8 easily. And same thing in the other strong for Anthony Davis. They like to pull Anthony out to the paint because Jokic does have
Right.
that shooting threat. And then simply trying to catch Anthony Davis outside the paint to not be able to help on defense and not just catch him out of position. But at any point, Jokic decides to turn his back and back him down. Anthony Davis stands no
Yeah.
chance. But with Anthony Davis, Anthony's a lot speedier, quicker than Jokic. He's way quicker than him getting through transitions, getting on the floor, down the floor faster. If Anthony was to pull Jokic out to the 3-point mid-range, same. If he was able to pump fake, get Jokic 1 foot off the ground, you're already by him because he's so slow. And Anthony Davis know how to cut angles. So both of them, I've seen the last couple of years, they do obviously kind of even up. But yes, Jokic probably gets the better because he does average more everything when it comes down to. But at the end of the day, that is his job on every team that he's been on, which is all the Nuggets. But like that's his job, no matter who else is on the team.
Yeah.
But this year alone, I would say Jokic averaged 23 and basically 10 in the 4 games against Atlanta
Pretty much
this
triple
year.
doubles.
And Anthony Davis averaged literally pretty much triple
Yeah.
doubles. Anthony 18, 11, and 3 assists in the 3 games he played.
And I give it to the Lakers.
Definitely gonna be
The Lakers took that series in the regular season 3-1. So definitely give it up to them. Even though the Lakers Nuggets were a great team throughout their regular season.
And honestly, the games they did aren't even looking at the same team. Played. They basically the last game they played was in January. Actually, same thing with both these series. While Miami and Celtics haven't changed, the last time both these teams played each other in these 2 series come up has
Right.
been early January. So there's a lot to think about when
Yeah.
what they're looking. And I'll be honest, these 2 teams are not familiar
Yeah,
with
it's
each
definitely different. And I'm sorry, I said the Lakers were 3-1 against them. They were actually two. They were
They were
2-2 actually
2-2.
against them. I just
Yeah.
I saw one of the games wrong. That last one in January, I looked at it wrong. But
Oh, they split. I said they didn't split it with the same team.
that's what I was just gonna say. Like the Lakers have beaten the Nuggets with a team that they don't even have, and they were bad throughout from October until January until February. Really, they were bad. So they've beaten the Nuggets with this type of team. The Nuggets are supposed to be the third best team pretty much in the NBA, other than when you're looking at record, other than the Bucks and obviously I think Philadelphia was just slightly better in their record. They had a game or two over them, but not with the Nuggets, you have Jokic with all his guys now that are available finally. Michael Porter Jr. is playing pretty decent, for what his contract is now. He's finally looking like a decent player, like a decent third or honestly fourth star, because you got Aaron Gordon out there getting you a lot of rebounds as well, and he's actually shooting the three very well, very great percentage from the three, over 40%, which is great. And obviously you got other guys that could shoot the three as well. So Jokic is known, to go out there. Murray is obviously going to be that 3-point monster. I'm going to wonder if the Lakers are going to be able to keep up with them, or are they going to try to play the same style of basketball that they did against the Warriors and try to go inside and utilize the fouls. And that's, the same type of style. Try to foul the other guys and not make as many threes, but use defense and inside game. And hopefully the Nuggets don't try to do the same. What do you think about that?
Well, they're both going to be doing the same. The Lakers, I mean, there's so for instance, the versus the Kings, we knew the Kings were going to shoot with the shoot with the Warriors because the Kings were one of the best shooting teams in the league and had the pace, and pretty much the shooters to do that. The Lakers didn't do that because the Lakers don't have that 3-point shooting team. They're going to continue into force contact and try to win games like that. Yes, they'll shoot out when they can, that's they need to. But at the end of the day, they are going to continue to get the work in the paint. That's also how Denver gets their money as well. Besides Jokic, a lot of their basket comes from backdoor cuts and open lanes to the baskets. Other ways too. At the end of the day, they are literally top in almost offensive category you could think of. We're talking about efficiency, field goal percentage, both 2 and assists. These are all through the regular season. Yeah. And honestly, they look even better. And
they've been the best.
So pretty much
out of every playoff team. If you look at their stats, offense and defense, they've been the best team throughout the playoffs.
100%. It's not even close. Boston Celtics probably the second best team left besides Lakers. It's just talent wise, and what we gave up.
I was gonna say you guys got blown out once by Philadelphia.
Lost to an MB less 76ers.
That brought you guys down. Brought you guys down a little bit. But as far as defensive efficiency,
we lost games we should never won, or we should.
Because you guys have the third best defensive stats right now in the postseason.
Playoffs. Yep. Yeah. And I was saying, great
Nuggets,
team.
Lakers, you guys.
100%. Denver is above every other team. Obviously, including every other team left. So we're definitely gonna have to see how the Lakers defense really step it up. That's what it is gonna be.
That's what I was wondering. Yeah.
Hard this whole postseason has been defense. That's what they've been doing. 7 shots. AD's out here doing work. Pretty much getting 3+ blocks a game. And obviously, their whole job is to try to slow down the best. Because, like I said, you got 6 people averaging double digits,
which is, but
average.
But you know what? I mean, the Lakers and the Nuggets have guys that can average double digits. Honestly, they both have so many role players that have been playing good. And even if Austin Reeves didn't have those type of stats in the regular season, but look at Austin Reeves' stats just in the playoffs. He's averaging double digits. So, I think that both of these teams, the Lakers and the Nuggets, you got players for the Nuggets that can definitely score. At least 4 guys that are scoring over, close to 15. So, I think that they're up there as well for almost the 5 or 6 guys that can score double digits. If you look at all their guys, But
the Denver Lakers.
That's what I mean. Both of them have.
Yeah, no. Denver got 6. Lakers got.
Schroeder and
Lonnie Walker.
But if you add, Austin Reeves playoff numbers, would that put him up?
Oh, no, he is
Oh yeah, yeah.
15.
Oh, that's you're looking at playoff
Rui
numbers. My bad. Yeah. All right.
Hachimura,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Rui Hachimura is averaging 11, and D'Angelo's
Yeah.
averaging 15.
Exactly. Yeah.
So those are the three
Plus AD
players.
and
So
LeBron,
basically, the
right?
whole starting lineup is averaging
Yep.
double digits. Yeah, and same thing with the
Exactly. Whole
Nuggets.
starting
Whole
lineup
starting
plus their
lineup
six man.
plus their six man, and that's scary. It's
Scary.
not really about who's going to Lakers help AD and LeBron tonight. Nuggets is who's going to be that third guy. Like you feel like some games they take off or allow someone else to step up. With the Nuggets, it's not going to be who's going to step up. It's who's going to be that third guy tonight because Jokic is still going to give you 25 plus and Murray is still going to give you 17, 18 plus. Guys,
Who you guys?
Davis
The third guy.
might be off one game. James might be off game. At that point, it has to be one of the three to step up. One game will be Reeves. One game will be Hachimura. Hell, one game it was
Yeah,
Lonnie Walker.
that's very true. And that's what I mean. Like the way that they played the Lakers. I'm sorry, the way that the Lakers played the Warriors. They pretty much spread the ball around, and they actually went inside with their guys. They weren't trying to play the Warriors game. Now, I do think that Denver plays not similar game to the Warriors and the Kings, but they have guys that can shoot more threes. And are they going to try to utilize that game? I think that they are going to try to utilize that game a little bit more, try to play on the outside a little bit more, have guys like Michael Porter Jr. and Aaron Gordon score more threes, where LeBron and AD, I think, are going to be going inside. Same with Lonnie Walker and D'Lo as well. I do think that all these guys are going to try to push it into paint and try to get those paint points and try to get guys into foul trouble because that's gonna be a difference. Whoever gets the more foul shots in this series, I think is gonna win the series.
No, 100%. Pretty much when it comes to what games that they played this year, and obviously it sounds obvious, but at the end of the day, it's not always true. But the team who obviously shot better and rebounded better,
Yeah.
and obviously you're like, yeah, that's clear, but like, it is clear, but sometimes it has to be said. You control the board, you control
Yeah.
it. And obviously it's easier said than done. But at the end of the day, I don't have no doubt Denver is going to, but it's up to the Lakers to be a good defensive team, control those boards, and stop second chance points, make sure that they're keeping Denver contained. Because right now they're the most dangerous team. Like I said, 6 people averaging double digits. You don't know who's going off. Not hard baskets. They're getting great
Open looks, yeah. They definitely get good picks, good
Yes,
pick and
they're getting
rolls,
great
good pick and
looks,
pops
yes.
that are open for sure.
Good backdoor cuts. Like,
But I was gonna
it's
say I
ridiculous.
totally agree with your point. That you were just talking about with the Lakers. I do think that that's the way that they can succeed. Honestly, is if they utilize a lot of spacing. Obviously, you're gonna have Denver that's gonna be trying to space out their guys a lot because the Lakers are going to need to put big bodies in there. I think Wayne Gabriel. I think Mo Bamba. No, I do think Mo Bamba is going to have to get in there. You didn't see him last series against the Warriors because they don't really play a big lineup. But I think Mo Bamba, Wayne Gabriel, we got to see them in this series, as well as obviously AD and LeBron like doing their thing in the boards because we need, like you said, those boards. Like that's going to determine a lot. Whoever gets those boards.
I don't know how well it will work. The sound as a coach. If I was a coach, this is what I would be thinking. We need to start LeBron and Jokic fronting him every time he's in the post. Because right off the bat, I already know what the Nuggets are going to do is use Jokic in the pick and rolls and basically try to make AD a non-factor in the paint on defense. AD's defensive numbers are going to take a big drop this series because he technically, and I might catch some slack saying this,
Hmm.
but it is what it is. He cannot Jokic. AD
Man,
is too.
yeah, he's too skinny.
He's too
He's too
small.
skinny.
He's too
Yeah.
small. Anytime Jokic
Unfortunately,
decides
right.
to take his back to the basket,
So,
it's
so I'll,
over.
I'll say this: if they're standing at the 3-point line, that's where I would want AD to guard Jokic because he's got long enough arms that he can
Yes,
hopefully block a three. But if they're back to the basket, like you just said,
it's a
Jokic
problem.
100%.
I've seen Jokic be 1 foot from the 3 point line, turn his back to the basket, and push AD all the way back in the paint. And I'll be honest, the most dangerous Jokic is in the middle of the court, free throw line with his back to the back.
Yeah.
When you double, someone's open three, open cut.
Exactly.
That is
It's
the most
lethal.
dangerous position of a man beat. That is Jokic's caliber. And honestly, back to the back is post up is the most efficient shot in basketball this year. Not just any back up. A Jokic back to the basket post up is the most efficient shot, and that means either him shooting or him assisting.
And
He get his back to the basket, he's damn near unstoppable. Him
and I
and
was just
that
gonna
team.
say, not just this season, bro. If you look at his stats are historic this season. His back to the basket stats are up there with guys like Wilt Chamberlain, Patrick Ewing, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He's that efficient when he's back to the basket. He's at 785 back to the basket percentage. That is insane. These are stats that they've had since the 1960s, and he's up there. Like, he's number one now because of this season. He's number one. He broke the record this season for those stats back to the basket. Most offensive efficiency, player efficiency rating as well. He broke that stat, which is insane. I mean, and he didn't get the MVP, which I get it. Embiid was playing amazing as well this year.
I'll be honest, I told you we said it, and we'll talk more about this and all that. But we did say voter fatigue was going to come, and I said it for Giannis and for Jokic, and I said it's hard for me to say it as a statement because it sounds so crazy at how amazing they are. Jokic literally just had a historic season, but no one cared because what I say last year, him was something different. As crazy as it sounds, because they're so great, they have to still show us another level for not even like they'd have to because at the end of the day they're still great.
No,
But if from
I
the
get
get
that.
go,
Yeah.
we knew that he wasn't going to get that third MVP, and it's crazy because this is probably the year he deserved it.
Good point.
This
Good
is
point.
probably the year he
To
deserved
be
it
honest,
the
if it
most.
was up to me, I would have given it to Embiid last year, and I would have given it to Giannis. Or I'm sorry, I would have
Jokic
given it
this
to
year.
Jokic this year. Yeah, I think that just
But that's foresight.
it is looking at 2020 because they do want to spread it around a little bit. They didn't want to have. They didn't. It's that too. Definitely 2020 hindsight and 2020 foresight. But either way, I think that Jokic's season has been incredible to watch, and him just playing against Anthony Davis, like you said. Yeah, I agree. Him playing back to the basket is gonna be bad. That's why I just believe they're gonna need to bring Mo Bamba out there. Wayne Gabriel, put some bodies on him. Hopefully, they are the ones that when he's back to the basket, they take over the fouls because they're going to be getting defensive fouls on him. So hopefully they're the ones that are doing it and not Anthony Davis.
And when the Lakers won in 2020, they was blessed to have. Uh,
Good point.
they had like one more body. Like they had
Yeah.
bodies to throw. So you're right. We in this series. But like I said, series. I don't know if they're even. But I think the conversation of LeBron fronting Jokic because LeBron is athletic enough to where they won't always have a clean shot to give Jokic the ball when he's fronting him. LeBron can jump up and get a hand on that ball, or if because LeBron is strong. LeBron ain't AD. LeBron push some big men around.
Oh, well, he can back down people whenever he
then-
wants. I've seen him do that.
And then honestly, put AD on Gordon. That defender. And at that point, Gordon 3-point shot has to beat him. So
Yeah.
I don't know how they'll do that. I promise you, they're gonna start AD on him.
Yeah.
they are.
I'm telling you,
Especially
I
after
just
this-
believe that.
AD's probably the best defender in the league right now.
Oh, for sure.
like still playing. He's not even close. Best defender in the league. So they are gonna put him on Jokic and let him work. But the proof is up each other.
No.
But at this point, stopping Jokic, it's more crucial for the Lakers than stopping AD
Right.
is.
Right. That's a good point. I do think that that's definitely more crucial. You want to stop Jokic at any means necessary. Have the other guys try to beat you with Denver, and that is how I do think that the Lakers will play this series, because that is what you need to do. That's a great point that you brought up with that, because honestly, I do think that we're gonna see some Mo Bamba. I think we're gonna see some of him in this series. You're gonna see a sighting, and let's talk about who you got in this series, though. I want to talk. I want to tell you who I think is gonna win it. So, the first two games are obviously in Denver. You know, they're obviously the home team, but I do think that the Lakers are gonna steal one there. I think the Lakers are gonna be playing good enough, either first game or second game. Now, this whole series, like we said, it's 2 games. I'm sorry, it's 2 days between sorry, one day between series. One day between series. The finals is 2 days between series, but this Western and Eastern Conference Finals, one day between series. So you don't got much off time. LeBron and AD, they didn't play that good when it was just like that in the second round as well. So this could be a longer series than we see. I do think they're stealing one at home. Then Denver is going to steal one at home, and it is going to be a 2-2 series with 4 games in. Then the Lakers are going to start playing AD. Or sorry, they're going to start playing Jokic a little differently, and AD is actually going to start playing a little bit better after Game 4, and he's the one that I think is going to win the Western Conference Championship MVP trophy, because they have that now. I think that it's going to be AD.
Who is that?
What is it?
Oh, I know there's Larry Bird. Who's the West?
I think it was Kareem. Pretty sure it was Kareem. Pretty sure it was the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar trophy from last year. Last year was the first year that they started doing the Western and Eastern Conference MVPs, just like they do the Finals MVPs. So, we are gonna call those out. I just kind of remembered. I didn't even think about, before doing the app. I didn't even think about who it was gonna be. But yeah, I got right. I got AD. I got AD and him winning Game 5 and 6. Honestly, getting around 30 points. Game 5 and Game 6, with obviously a nice defensive stat line, 2 blocks or something like that, around 10 rebounds. So that's who I got. The Lakers winning in 6 against the Denver Nuggets. Now, who you got?
So I got this as a 7-game series. Yes, I do think it's gonna be a tough fought series. I'm trying to find that name for. I think it is Magic.
Oh, is it Magic? Oh, I said Kareem.
No,
Yeah, it's Magic. You're right. It's Magic.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure it's Magic versus
Bird.
Larry.
Yeah, that's what it is. You're right about that.
So so you got AD winning the Magic Johnson trophy.
Right.
So I got this series going 7. Like I said, this was a toss up for me. Right now, the Lakers announced. The Nuggets are just playing nuts, and just seems way too efficient. D'Angelo Russell, Austin Reeves have to be consistent this series for them to have a chance. But it's all about Jokic. I do think Jamal Murray has a great series. He's even averaged 22 a game this year against the 3 games he played them. And obviously he's doing good, averaging what he's in.
Yeah, 25 game. Yeah,
26. So I definitely do think he has a. But I gotta go Nuggets.
Whoa!
I literally had Lakers just all playoffs. I had them beaten. First round, I had them. Actually, I had the Grizzlies first,
right?
But then the Ja injury changed things up a little
before
bit.
Ja injury,
yeah. But at that point, I thought Grizzlies was going to be a better team. But at this point, in the Warriors. I do see how scary the Lakers are, but they will not have an answer for Jokic
Mm,
on that team. Double digits, and as great as a defensive series and season we're seeing
that's true.
from AD right now, he's not gonna be as effective. Like I said, they do a great job at pulling him out that paint. And right now, not only are they gonna pull him out that paint, they're the most scariest team when it comes to the backdoor cuts.
Mm,
So being able to keep AD as effective as you want in the paint, not to mention they do not respect average shooters. So they will gladly leave people like Vanderbilt open. You're going to want him on the court to help play defense, but they'll gladly leave him in a corner and double on somebody else. I don't know how the whole team. I guess it's just gonna. I think it's gonna be a lot. They're
wow.
averaging 25 assists a game, 37 from three, only 11 was a game, and at this point, most efficient team right now, and it's not even close. Um, 30 points, 12 rebounds, and 9 assists in the first 2 rounds. Jokic is about to have himself a party.
Wow. So you got Nuggets and 7. Wow.
I had Lakers until
Wow,
today.
that's crazy.
I want the Lakers to win. Love to see Sixers matchup
Right, right.
in the finals
That would,
to win.
mhm.
The research say I just see how it happens.
No, man. I mean,
A lot has to go good. A lot has to go bad for the
right,
Nuggets, and I don't see that happen for 7 straight. At least 4.
right,
That's
right.
how
At
much
least
you
4 wins,
need
which
to
which you
win.
need to get to the finals. But I will say, I mean, the Lakers are definitely not the team that they played, that the Nuggets played since January, and the Lakers have beaten them twice, with even with the team that they had before with Westbrook. So I will say that. Now I will say also this, you got LeBron chasing. I think he's still chasing 6. I gotta say it. I think he's still chasing 6. I think he.
He's not
I think
chasing
he's. I think he's
6,
still. I
but
think he's
I
chasing it.
promise you, at this point, LeBron is not chasing
He's not.
nobody.
No, I don't think he's chasing anybody. And
Chasing no, he's chasing a ring, but he's not chasing
why
6 at
not?
this point.
Why not 6?
Wait,
I think in his head you have to chase 6 because no, think about
no,
it.
in his mind, that's
Well,
what
just think about it
no,
because
not
he's
even
already got
close.
the 6 final losses, so at least you want to make it even. In his head, I would. That's or in my head. Let's say that in my head, how I would be thinking if I was LeBron James, I would at least want to make my rings. I know that it's like stingy and greedy because like
He
it's his 18th year in the league.
not
I'm
even
not
that.
expecting
He
him.
don't even care.
His look, his
Promise
his
you, he wants to win a
accolades
ring
are.
or two.
I'm par with anybody. He is literally number 1 or number 2 in anybody's books in the NBA history. Pretty much anybody will say that. So
But
I
I
agree
feel
with
like
you. He doesn't
his
care.
head, he already
I
knows
agree
he's
with
the
that.
GOAT.
I
He
totally agree
don't
with that.
he don't think his head should get 6 to make 6 losses even. In his head, he just went to 10 finals. He don't
I
care.
know, but if in
And you're
my in
saying he
my
don't
head,
care.
how I would look at it if I was him right now, that's how I would want to end my career with 2 finals wins
Because you're
in a
not
row this year and next year. Hopefully get to the finals. That's why I got them. LeBron chasing history to me. He loves to be in the
see,
finals
that's what
and
I'm saying. To me, you're thinking as a regular person. As LeBron James, I doubt in his head he even losses. Like that's not even.
no, yeah, that's why I said it
But
might not be what he's thinking, but that's
he
how
does
I would be thinking if I was
want
him. That's probably not what he's
he
thinking.
wants 5.
And he doesn't
I mean, at
need
the end
it.
of the day, he wants to rank
He's
everything.
got everything else. He deserves to be called as the number 1 or number 2 player in everyone's eyes. Maybe number 3 if other guys want to call like Kareem and Michael number 1 and 2, but most guys have him between Michael and Jordan, or sorry, Michael and LeBron. Obviously, those are the most people's estimation as number 1 and number 2. So, you know, that is really the debate. But I'm not even talking about it. I just think that if I was him, that's what I would want to finish my career as. Get those 2 and then yeah, even it out. But he's chasing history.
To me, to me, the history being chased is franchise.
Hmm.
Motherfuckers tied us money,
Good point.
and now we're both fighting for 18. That's why I would love the Lakers Celtics. But at this point, um, I don't make it past the
Hmm.
Nuggets. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, and I personally would want them to. Like, I really do want them to. But just the stats don't look good for them. Not just the stats, just the eye test. That was, like where you look, there's a whatever
Yeah,
you see. Yeah.
that's true. I mean, that's true. But all they needed was a chance against Memphis and Golden State. They were the underdogs against both. We'll see against Denver. You might be right. And honestly, this is going to be a tough series, tough fought series either way. But before we go on to the other side, you were just talking about Lakers versus Celtics possibly. But make sure you guys like the video below if you guys like the conversation, and write down who you think is going to win in that Western Conference series. We want to know your thoughts. Also, make sure you guys check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/whoyouGotPodcast. That's where you guys could get all our other podcasts that we don't put up on YouTube and stuff. And Melo, why don't you tell them about the website real quick too?
Oh yeah, you already know what it is. www.whoyougotpodcast.com. Pretty much access to all of our blogs, all of our videos, all of our uh, podcasts. If you want links to listen, all of our merch, pretty much everything you need. A way to contact us. We want to make sure we keep in touch.
Exactly. So let's get into that Boston Celtics versus Miami Heat series, because this is going to be a good one too. A lot of people didn't expect the Heat to even be here. Obviously, they beat the Bucks in the first round, which was incredible. And honestly, them beating up on the New York Knicks was pretty incredible too. They definitely handed them some nice losses. So now you got the Celtics, who had a tough fought series against Philadelphia 76ers, coming in. Who you got in this one? Should I even ask this question?
I mean, yeah, you don't even got to ask. You already got taking picture, whole different Bucks team, not even close to being a dominant Bucks team. Like no Giannis, that's an average team.
That's true.
Even when he came back, he wasn't at that point. They already took the
Yeah.
lead.
He was out 2.5
but
games.
Still,
that's true.
Exactly. Yeah. Still great series. Because they even lost Tyler Hero as well. I remember you had the Knicks.
Nah, I had the Heat actually.
I didn't.
I had the Heat in 6. Yeah,
you
I
had the Heat too?
6. Yeah.
Yeah, I was say because I think it was like one game last series that we had.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's what it was. I had and you had Heat.
Yeah, I had the Heat in 6 because.
Yeah, I had Knicks. I had Knicks in 7. So that was definitely didn't expect much out of the Knicks because I don't trust them, but I know other firepower. Knicks should be able to walk. It wasn't even close. And it's all because of fucking Jimmy Butler. At this point, he don't think that he has a playoff Jimmy button, but it's clear today that he does.
Where does he get that from? Like, literally. Gets that energy, bro.
He's a talent and he's a dog. But man, when the lights are bright, he definitely shines. And I'll be honest, it's not always.
No,
Yeah, think about it. Technically, never won.
Early in his career, he had
never made a finals
playoff series too.
So I'm saying yes, he's a dog. Yes, he comes off. But at this point, what we've seen from him since he's gotten to the Heat has been a whole new level, and he's found that he is that dog. He is that alpha. He's the man. And at this point, he just needs the help. So this is going to be a good series with deep teams. Obviously, like I said, they lost Tyler Hero. At this, to some, I'll be honest, I keep seeing and hearing this. I totally agree. But to some, apparently, Bam Adebayo's had the best playoff of his life.
I mean, if you look at his defensive stats, then yeah, he is. Defensively, got over 2.5 blocks.
Done great. But not in this series. though. Like not in the playoffs. Throughout the year, he was great. But I'm saying like everyone's saying he's having the best playoffs ever, giving you 18 points, 9 rebounds, 3 or 6, and half. To me, that's great, but that's average for a second player and already average for him. But at this point, he's getting a lot more attention, a lot more looks now that Tyler
Yeah,
Hero's out of
that's
the
true.
way. But between Gabe Vincent, Oladipo, check this out, because we got a deep bench, but obviously with Tyler Hero coming out the picture, we was all gonna be like, who's gonna give you that
Right.
20 points? So 31,
What you need.
Bam's giving you 18. The rest of the team decided we all stepping up. Vincent's giving
Mm,
11, giving you 11. Struss is giving you 10. Caleb Martin's giving you 10, and Kyle Lowry's
mm,
giving you 10. With Duncan Robinson and Kevin Love both coming off the bench, giving you 8
right.
and 7.
Duncan's been playing
At
good
this
too.
point, everyone in Miami is stepping up. At this point, you have to play Duncan because besides Caleb, and Vincent a little bit. So at this point, everyone, oh, and Struss. At this point, everyone's stepping up, and they've been playing phenomenal
That's true.
basketball. I love what I'm seeing from
Yeah,
them.
they definitely been playing amazing, and they showed that the role guys can actually shoot threes to beat the Knicks. That's what they showed. I mean, Tyler Hero was giving you almost 22 points a game, and that's a lot of missing points. Obviously, you said like you said, Bam Adebayo was taking a lot more shots in that New York series, but definitely Caleb Martin stepped it up. I think I got to give him some. And even though Duncan Robinson, we love to always give it to him on his defense, but my man's been stepping it up, shooting a lot of great threes and making them at the right moments, exactly when they were either tied or just about 5 points ahead, and they needed to make a big push. Duncan Robinson will be there and make some threes happen.
No, 100%. And on the other side, I mean, you just got a two-headed monster, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Jalen's giving you 25. Jason's giving you 28. Marcus Smart is rounding it up with 15. Same with Malcolm Brogdon coming off the bench, giving us 15. And then Derek White, whether he's starting or coming off the bench, because sometimes they switch up the lineup, but they have been adding him as a starter
Yeah,
a lot lately. He's giving
he's playing good.
so not as deep as the Heat. We have two superstars, two all-stars, two top there. I want to say Jaylen Brown's easily maybe top 15.
Yeah,
He's shown this year that like he's
yeah,
that
and shout
guy.
out to
Um,
Jason Tatum, got that first team All NBA, and Jalen Brown got that All Team second NBA. So both of them on the All Team
that's what I'm saying. You at that point he's top
and top
players
four
in
in
the
his position,
and
pretty much.
exactly,
In the East,
So
in the East, I
two
should say. All right, or no, that's for the NBA. My
honestly
bad. Excuse
no.
me. No,
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 that's for
because
the whole
yeah, because
NBA.
I'm looking at I was thinking about the other. They have
Think
these other
about it.
stats here.
Devin Booker, Donovan Mitchell. Give
That's it.
and for me as a Celtics fan, those are toss ups. Because I'll choose
No,
Jaylen
but
Brown one
it
on one
was
against Devin
that
Booker
was
any
it
day.
though.
But
Yeah,
think
you're
about
right.
who else is better.
That was it.
Yeah,
That was those three, and then because Donovan Mitchell made it to the first team, and then Devin Booker, I think he was first or second team. I forgot, but
I actually think second team because I remember a lot of people giving a lot like some selections,
hmm
but at this point he's definitely both of them are top talents in the NBA. Jason Tatum a little bit inconsistent. It's funny because I seen JJ Redick, obviously after his 51 point game or 52, 48 for 9, 50, 51. He had a 51
best in
point game.
the NBA history,
Amazing.
bro.
Every
Crazy,
bro,
crazy.
I was at the with my Tatum jersey on, loving every second of it. That third and fourth quarter, he's hitting every
Killing them.
three, breaking everyone down in their face. Like it was phenomenal, and I love it because everything they sent his way didn't matter.
Mm.
Like literally, I understand. I think I was too young, and not even too young, but I'll be honest, my understanding of the game has just grown a lot now that I'm 30 from when I was
Of
18,
course,
19.
that happens while watching more basketball. With definitely watching certain plays,
Exactly.
watching the in and outs. Now that we do, talking about the game.
Right. So now I know a lot. more, I didn't understand how great LeBron's uh, Game 6 in Boston game was. Obviously, Doc Rivers mentioned
Bro, that
Jason
was
Tatum's was the second best game he's ever
that
seen.
that game was
Um,
insane. That 2008
oh, that
game,
was Game 7.
game 6 in
Yeah.
Boston, LeBron was
That's,
down 3-2.
that's,
He had to win the next
I think he
two.
was talking about 2012.
Are you talking about the one in Miami?
No, that was in
You
Heat.
talking about the one
Yeah,
in
no,
Miami? Because
I'm talking about
I
the
was
one in
thinking about the
Miami.
one where he
Yep,
got to the
2012.
finals, first time in the Cavs. He played a great game against the big three that
I was
second
saying,
year
we went to the finals in 08.
after you guys beat him. That first time. You know,
Got you. Yeah. But no, I'm talking about 12. And as I say, I was still uh 19, but I didn't understand the nuances of the game like I do now. Watching Jason Tatum beat over 5 different types of coverage last night was phenomenal. Tobias Harris, too slow, too not even he's strong, but too slow and too
yeah.
strong. His combo's not good. Maxi coming off the screen. Um, what's his face? Uh, not another like combo guard that was
I mean,
going at him.
they
Not
threw
Maxi.
forecast at him and he couldn't do nothing. And they threw
Milton.
Milton. They had
That's what it
Milton on
was.
him. Yep,
They
they couldn't do
they
nothing on him.
they threw Milton. Couldn't do that. And then at this point, now
I
they're
mean, Harden tried too.
making Embiid. Yeah, but they didn't try that.
Not
much.
even, but third quarter he
Harden.
tried on one of them, and Jason Tatum just took it to him right inside.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Because at this point now in the third quarter, that's why the third quarter was literally amazing to me. Because I've seen at least 4 to 5 in that quarter. They've tried all different types of defenders. Now they're coming off having Embiid drop off the screen. That wasn't working. Off the screen, Tatum's cooking him. Having Embiid switch off the screen, Tatum's cooking him. Having Embiid switch off the screen and still have the guard or the forward come and double, Tatum's finding open passing lanes. Having anytime I'm watching them, 2 people fight him to come off the screen. Anytime he would come off a backdoor screen, the 2 people are staying on him for a few seconds to make it so he doesn't get that ball. When he would get his back to the basket, find a way to post up, doubling him right off the jump just for him to spin back door to a wide open layup to get fouled by Embiid.
That's true. Like he was
watching, he was beating absolutely every single coverage, and he said like he second to LeBron. He's never seen a game like that, and I understand why he said that because he tried everything he could. Like at the end of the day, people are
he
blaming
threw all
him for
the bag
flaws,
out there, bro. I'm with you on there.
but he threw
everything out there.
at Tatum yesterday. He threw everything in the kitchen.
I mean,
and at the end of the
dare
day,
I say it, because
executed.
this might sound crazy too, but I think it sounds perfect for what I'm about to say. I think it reminded me of how Kobe used to play. My man just put his head down and was like, I'm taking this game 7 and I'm just going to win this by myself. Like Kobe didn't do that on game 7s. He just did that sometimes in a regular season game where he would just be like, all right, this game I'm taking to myself and I'm going to win this game. Like my man used every single thing, turnaround jumpers, like you said, going inside, left, right, passing it to the outside and letting other guys shoot threes too. But just he went in his bag. You're right.
100%, and he was talking. That's why I know when Jason's in his bag, when he's talking shit, like he was turning around like this is
That's
my
what he
shit.
said. Yep.
When he hit in Tatum, or when he hit a 3 in Embiid's face in the corner, when he had 48 points in Embiid's face to hit 51, he just turned around like
Gave him that 50.
the fact that
Gave him that
he
50.
knew like he was like it wasn't even one of those like I'm just going off. Was everything he was doing, how many points he needed, what he had. Like I'm not gonna say the whole game, but at a certain point, they probably said like we're up 25, you got 45, and he was like, I'm still in.
I'm still in.
I'm still in.
Yeah,
so, like,
I mean, honestly, you want to have a statement game like that, especially going into the next series. Like you're gonna have Miami versus Boston, because you want to scare the Miami team and show them like, okay, this is what he can do to you guys as well. And I don't know if they can stop that.
and that's a problem. That's why obviously I already know I'm picking Celtics,
I
but
want to know.
I'm telling
Yeah.
y'all why.
So
If stop Tatum, you still got Jalen
right,
Brown. You're not stopping both of
right.
them. That's my point. You're not stopping both of them. Series drop Jimmy's 31 to under 24-25. We win the
And you
series.
guys play great defense. Like I said, you guys are third, and this is out of the 16 teams that made the playoffs. Third in defensive efficiency in these playoffs. Lakers and Denver were number 1 and 2, but you guys played great. I think it's just because you guys had one game against Philadelphia where it was like a
They
30,
blew us
almost a
out.
30-point game. Yeah, so that really brought
Yeah,
your
yeah. And then we held 90
exactly.
twice.
That's what brought you up. You guys
Twice.
also played a lot of games. You played a 6-game series in the first series, and then you have a 7-game series, second series where no other team has played that many games, pretty much. So, or the teams that are left in the playoffs at least haven't played that many games. So you guys have played the most games, and with counting all 4 teams. But real quick, before we go into who you got for this one, we were talking about the All NBA, and so I'm gonna give you the first team All NBA:
Who was it?
Giannis
Yes, let us know.
Antetokounmpo, Luka Doncic, Joel Embiid, Shai
Luka.
Gilgeous-Alexander, and Jason Tatum. He was first team.
That's what it was.
So second
Yes.
team was
People were complaining. A lot of people thought Booker should have won over Shai.
yeah, but listen to this: second team, Jaylen Brown, Jimmy Butler, Steph Curry, Jokic, and Mitchell. Now third team is Fox, LeBron, Lillard, Randall, and Sabonis, and Booker didn't even make it. Booker got snubbed.
That's what it was.
Booker got
Okay,
snubbed.
I'm like, so people were complaining about Booker a lot, and that's what it was.
Yeah,
he didn't make a team. That's outrageous.
And you know what? Like
That's outrageous.
looking at his playoffs, you're like,
hell
damn.
of a playoff
wow.
series. That's outrageous. Yes. Now, okay, Luka, I
Oh
understand.
no, first team, no. You got to look
Shea,
at
I'm not
second
even
or
gonna be
third.
mad.
Yeah.
Shea, I'm not even gonna be mad. Yeah.
So
Who was
second, you got either Steph Curry, Steph Curry or Donovan Mitchell, and then third team you got De'Aaron Fox and Damian Lillard, which Dame averaged 32 points a game. I would probably take De'Aaron Fox out of there, 25, 4, and 6, even though they were.
You gotta give it to him over Darren. Yep, 100%. I would say yes. Yep.
Yeah, but I think he got snubbed too. Looking at his playoff performance, he looked incredible. One of the best playoffs that I've seen from a player trying to will his team in there, because KD definitely wasn't playing good. But
KD was getting locked up all.
He
playoffs,
was actually,
bro.
yeah, he was getting double teamed too.
People are not even. No, he was really getting like. The other players like bro, like way to beat coverages. Same thing with last year playoffs when we swept the Nets. We put cuffs on his ass. KD can't beat defensive coverages, bro.
That's true.
And
when you guys played him against Brooklyn, yeah, that was.
We cuffed his ass.
Yeah, you guys tore him up there and held him down, locked him up. But that was a lot. Like Marcus Smart was even holding him down. I was like, damn, how you have like a little guy like that holding him down, 7-foot shooter, but he was.
POY, baby.
But this series right here, Miami Heat versus Boston Celtics, because I didn't give you who I had yet. I think it's still going to be an interesting series. They did play pretty much the last 3 years in a row, and you had Miami going to the finals 1 year, and then you had Boston getting to the finals 1 year. So
in both 7-game series.
So I don't think this one's going to be 7.
No, me either. I got a 6.
I don't think this one's going to be 6.
You got a 5?
I think this one's going to be a 5-game series, and I think Boston's going to take it.
Damn.
I think that you guys have figured out.
I give them 2 games.
You guys will figure out how to defend Jimmy pretty easily after game 2, because obviously it's going to be at home for Boston. I don't expect you guys to lose game 1 or 2. You guys are up 2-0. You're going to win 1 in Miami, probably game 3 or 4. Jimmy might have 1 game in him, and then coming back to Boston, you guys take it. And you guys have a little bit of rest going into the finals. Celtics.
So I got 6, because here's my thing. Jimmy averaged 21, 11, and 4 in only 2 games he played against us this season. He was injured a little bit towards the end of the year. Bam averaged 25, 9, and 3. The problem is we can drop. That's what we're going to find a way to stop Butler. Like I said, stopping him is keeping him under 25. Like that's a success for us.
I agree.
dropping 5, 6 points off his average and making the team find those 6, 7 shots somewhere else. People might not think that's a big
It's a
deal.
huge deal. That's a huge deal.
But that's not just 6, 7 shots. That's 6, 7
Right.
makes. You need 18 shots to get those 6, 7 mates if we take them away from Butler. So that's a huge deal. But the problem is we're gonna, and I don't know how because I can't fathom how he does this, but we're gonna give Bam a 30-point
I think
game.
so. And he does do that
Every
to you
time
guys.
we play them, he gets
does.
one game.
He does
bro.
do that to you guys. Weird.
Goes off. Last year in the playoffs, one game he had 30. 2 years ago in the bubble, he actually ate us up.
Remember that? Yeah,
He
like
actually ate us
28,
up.
and he was
And
averaging
this
like
year-
28 and 10, something like that. Crazy.
Yeah, he actually ate us up. And this year, the one game that he went off, Butler wasn't even playing. This man averaged like 38, or not average, but he had like a 28-point game, something point game. Like,
I mean, it's
So,
tough. You
that's
guys
what I'm
don't have
saying.
big guys to.
we got the, but we do. We just literally stopped Embiid.
Yeah.
So
True.
trust me, Bam's not gonna scare me because
But-
Bam, all he has is those little hook shots, little floaters in the mid range. But the problem is we start to forget in the middle of the series because he's not playing good. We've already locked him down. Now we're trying to focus
on
more
other
on the
guys.
shooters, more on the other role players. And then game 3 or 4, he
That's-
fucking comes out, just
That's
somehow
true.
finding open dunks left
That's
and right.
true.
And so it's not even like he's gonna show out.
Right, you
but,
guys focus on somebody
gonna
else
get-
in one
yeah.
game, and then he just happens to be the focus, the offensive focus in that game.
Yeah.
And then they keep going to him in the post, or he starts hitting some mid-range shots.
Because he can't one-on-one, he's not beating Robert Williams or.
I was gonna say Robert Williams. I need to see against them all day in this series. That's what I want to see all day against them.
We're gonna start with Horford.
Yeah,
because Horford's
that's
gonna
that's
bring
what
him
you're gonna
out
start with for sure.
the paint. That's the thing. We're gonna bring him out the paint.
Yeah.
Horford's gonna threaten that 3-point shot, so we get open paint. Because without Bam Adebayo, and he's not even that big. Without Bam, they have.
That's true. But I'm just
No,
looking
no.
at it. I'm looking ahead because I want to see. I really do want to see your big guys play well in this series. That's going to be huge for me because I'm looking ahead into the finals as well. Looking into who they're going to have to play. Looking at the West, they both got big guys down low, so you're going to have to start that here. Start to hold down the big man, even though Bam is not a big man like a 7-footer like AD or Jokic.
We can't let him go.
You
off.
can't let him back you down.
That's the thing. If we drop Jimmy, I would say he can't bag nobody.
He
down.
can.
And I'm not even
He
talking
can,
about
but
the
he does the
Celtics.
little back down, and then he'll turn around, stop, and shoot like a jumper, like a 10-foot jumper where his a backboard, and he makes it
That's like
a little yeah. He likes to hit those
Um,
backboard shots.
But we're not even starting.
I mean, that's
we
what I mean. Robert
We're gonna
Williams.
start Horford, and we're gonna start JT at the 4,
Yeah,
and more than
You're right.
likely, we're gonna have to put JT and Jimmy. Jimmy and JT is about to be a fucking matchup.
yo, what if they
That's about
both
to
go
be a
for
matchup.
50? That's what I want to see.
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be a great matchup.
That's gonna be
and
great.
then I'm trying to think. I think Gabe Vincent is gonna have to be guarded by Brown. I think he's their next best threat. This playoffs, he's been
Yeah,
playing
he has.
great.
No, I mean since
So I
since
think-
Tyler Hero's
I
been
think
out, Gabe Vincent's been playing
Oh,
great,
Oh, honestly,
and Kate.
no, because he's starting over. How about I say Gabe is starting over Lowry?
Yeah, he has
so
been.
Smart is gonna guard
Yeah.
Gabe, and
I mean, once Lowry
I
gets in,
think
it's going to
you're
be
right, Caleb Martin.
Derek White against Lowry, obviously. You're going to have Caleb. Maybe you're going to have Jaylen Brown doing or having guys like Caleb Martin and, like we were saying,
Max Truss,
yeah, maybe even
Jaylen Brown's or
Oladipo. Yeah.
Oladipo.
Well, no, Oladipo's not playing first game, supposedly.
He's done again.
Out first game, but
He's
maybe second.
It's starting to come up.
Maybe
a little
second
bit,
game.
yeah.
He'll be back in. We'll see. But
But yeah, at the end
that's
of the
why
day,
I got, without Hero, without Oladipo, they're
would
missing
say-
a lot.
And as I say, without the Bucks, without Giannis, was a way different defensive team. Even though they're one of the best teams defensively throughout the season, Knicks weren't even good defensively. While these role players are playing great, they have not played a team like the Celtics in the playoffs yet.
I agree with you.
And like I said, without Hero, I really do think they're gonna into a lot of problems. Bro, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people averaging double digits that I promise
would have
you
had-
only 2 to 3 of them are not gonna.
Yeah, they're not going to do it.
I promise you. So you got Gabe Vincent and Kyle Lowry. as the 2 point guards. One of them, one backup, one starter. One of them is not getting double digits. I think,
I agree.
and I think
Yeah.
maybe the games that Lowry scored double digits, then Gabe Vincent won't. You know
I
what I mean?
agree. Yeah, I
They're
definitely
both
agree with
not going to
that.
average double digits.
What I
The other two are Struss and Oladipo, two shooting guards. Both of them are not going to average double digits. And the last
and
one is
Oladipo's
Caleb.
not even
I
playing
do
first
think
game, so
he might be the only one. But you're right. Yeah. So yeah. So Gabe Vincent and Caleb Martin, one of them is not averaging
right.
double digits. So I think only two of those four role players average double digits a
Yeah, so
series.
then you're gonna have 3 out of 5 of Miami players averaging double digits, which is gonna hurt them a lot. What I will say though is this: imagine if Miami had a full squad and with Tyler Hero. I don't know if you remember, but we talked about a little bit about a possible Miami matchup versus the Celtics early when Miami was gonna get into play-in, and they didn't have the chance to play against the Celtics. But I did say that they would play the Celtics very tough if they had Tyler Hero. I'll be honest, I possibly would have taken Miami. Just how good they play you guys.
So yes and no.
For me, that would have been my
Like I said,
prediction.
the
A
only
game
three
7.
teams that scared me in the East were always the Bucks, the Sixers, and the Heat. I don't care if they were an 8th seed. They're very well coached. They're deep and they have a great team. They defend well.
Yep.
They shoot well. They're always a threat.
Yep.
With Hero, yes, it's a 7-game series. It's gonna be a toss up.
Yep. Awesome. Exactly.
But with Hero, you're not seeing 31-point Jimmy.
No, you're
With
right.
Hero,
You're right.
We're not getting him.
You're not
Butler.
getting. You're
With
not getting
Hero,
Jimothy.
we're getting a very great average Heat team where Jimmy's giving you 25, Hero's giving you 20, Bam's giving you 15, and only two more people are scoring.
You're right.
Digits.
You're not gonna get that, but I do think it's gonna be a lot less of
This
Bam
team is actually probably more dangerous
than Butler, though.
because of we don't know where the points are going to come from.
I still think it would be a lot less of Bam and other role guys than it would be a lot less of Butler. I think Butler would still be getting his 25. It's just that, Bam would get less points. You're gonna have Strus and obviously Caleb Martin getting less points. That's what I think would have happened. I don't, because I wouldn't expect.
But yes, the Heat 100% with Tyler Hero. Then their series.
But like I said, without him,
at the end of the day, Jason Tatum's averaging 30 and Brown's averaging 30, and the games that they averaged this season, Brown played 3, Jason played 4, and Jason's averaging 30, 10, and 4, while Brown is averaging 38 and 4.
They deserve those All NBAs.
So both of them are going to go off. They're both going to go off this series, and like I said, the only defender that I want to say scared of, the only fender that's going to slow either one of them down is Jimmy, and he can't guard both of them.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't think that you're going to have Bam against Jason Tatum much, but I think Bam Adebayo is...
They are going to try to switch Bam.
But he's a
Brown.
very underrated defender. Very underrated.
Defender, yeah. They're going to try to switch Bam on Brown. I remember that matchup a couple years ago.
He was doing that against them. Actually, even last year, I remember that matchup.
Yeah, last year as well. He's too slow for Jason Tatum, but Brown is a little bit more sloppy. He's shown that if you can keep a body in front of him, you can kind of stop him. Now, granted,
I don't know, not this year. Not this year.
More of a bully. That's what I'm saying. This year, he's learned to be more of a bully and has no
especially
problem
with that
shooting over
with
anybody.
that mask too.
Like if he can't get by you, he will try to break you down one more time and hit that shot, that mid range. So yeah, so as I'm saying, both him and Jason have grown a lot since last year. The performances we're seeing for both of them in the playoffs, like I said, they're averaging 28, 24. Both of them are averaging.
And I'll be honest, that first series, the first playoff series, Jason Tatum didn't play as good as Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown took over that first series. Second series, obviously, all Jason Tatum, but first series, a lot of credit to Jaylen Brown for getting them through that Atlanta series. Real quick, who you got for that Larry Brown MVP Western Conference Award?
Jason Tatum again.
You know what? Because last year I went with Jaylen Brown and I didn't get it right, and it was Jason Tatum. You went with Jason Tatum last year again. I'm going to go with Jaylen Brown again, just like I did last year. I'm hoping Jaylen Brown gets it.
It's going to be one of them, but at the end of the day, and here's my thing, and I think I said this last year as well. Even though last year, who did we face in the conference finals?
It was the Bucks. It was the Bucks.
They didn't have Middleton. But
Game 7. That's
And I
right.
said it
They didn't
last
have
year.
him.
Yeah, Giannis gave us everything
Hmm.
he had, fucking everything. But I said last year, and I say for us to win this series, Tatum has to win this award.
See, I don't
That's why
think
I
so.
picked Tatum
I don't agree with that real
because
quick
I
because
think if
I think that you guys
I think it's gonna be a longer series if Jaylen Brown is the best scorer of this series.
I don't know because even in a regular season, you guys have played so evenly. Jalen and Jason, they played so evenly, around 30 points each,
No,
that
no,
they like
yeah.
either one of them could literally go off. And just seeing the playoffs, I can't judge just Jason Tatum going off. Like recency bias is one thing. Like yeah, he just went off in a game 7, so you would hope that he can do that same thing. But even watching Curry do that against Memphis against the Kings, and then go off against the Lakers and not really be able to like have those type of games, it's tough because I think any one of these two guys, both of your guys, are playing so well this year. Any one of them is going to go off in one series, and it could be either one of them.
Yeah, you're right.
But real quick before we end it for this series, who you had? What was it?
Celtics in
Celtics in 6,
six,
and I got Celtics in 5. I believe in your guys. And in the Western Conference Finals, who you got?
Nuggets in 7.
Nuggets in 7, and I got Lakers in 6. So these are both going to be interesting because we don't have the same finals, and that's going to be definitely interesting. Whoever gets in there, I'll be happy with whatever option gets in there. Even a
I would
Nuggets
love.
Heat, I'll be happy
Um,
with.
I wouldn't.
I would because I'm.
I clearly
Oh,
won't
I'm
be
sorry. I
happy
know that
if the Celtics don't
of
make it
course,
out
your
the
Celtics
East.
would have lost, but
Yeah, be happy if the Heat make it out. I would literally, honestly, be so upset, and I probably like I would clearly root for whoever's in the West. I don't care.
yeah. You
But
know what?
either
You
way,
probably you
obviously, if
should
we make
or
it,
you
we
have to at
make
that
it.
point. But unless it's the Lakers, because you
Yeah,
can't.
but I wouldn't be mad if it's against Nuggets or Lakers. I'll be honest. I would take LeBron winning his 5th ring, the Lakers winning the 18th, than winning a fucking ring.
Damn, that's
I
bad
hate.
because then they would be above you guys in championships. I didn't. Damn, that's crazy. I didn't expect that.
That's fine. We got the future.
That's
LeBron's
true.
about to leave
That's
to go
true.
play with
That's
Bronny
true.
somewhere.
But I will say
That's
this
different.
real quick. In the beginning of the season, I think that we both expected the Boston Celtics to make it to the finals. We both expected it. Even like we saw what happened with
Oh
their
yes.
coach. We knew like they were gonna, have a tough time in some spots, but we both expected them to be like one of the top seeds. And I think we both had them in the finals because I know that I had my my Eastern Conference Finals was Philly versus the Celtics, even though that was a second round matchup. But I think we both had them in the finals, if I remember
Yeah.
correctly. Yeah, but
I had uh
I'm sure you had Celtics in finals. You had to have.
I know I definitely
Right.
had
Yeah,
Celtics.
because my
I'm
my
trying to
Western
remember
Conference
who we
Finals
had.
was in the beginning of the season. I picked Clippers versus Lakers in the Western Conference Finals because I thought Clippers were going to be a lot better, and I really thought that LeBron and AD were going to be playing all year. But obviously things changed up where they had to get trades to make it better to get here. But I really thought Clippers were going to be healthy too. So those are my predictions at the beginning of the year.
I gotta watch the episode because I think I might have picked Warriors. Because in my head I'm like, bro, like we didn't expect nothing from they won and they didn't
Have
lose
them going
anybody.
back to back.
But that was before Poole got punched in the face. So
It
that
changed a lot. It changed everything.
changed a
It
lot.
changed-
I had no faith in Luca, and that was before we knew he was getting Kyrie.
Right. He was
I
alone.
did not have faith in the Suns, and that was
Right.
before they
We
had
thought they were
KD.
regressing, actually.
Exactly. I didn't have faith in the Clippers because of health,
That was my thing. I just said that was my
and
only thing with them.
I honestly think it was between the Lakers and the me. Because I even though I didn't think the Westbrook experiment was working,
Mm-hmm.
I thought that picking up like they had Lonnie Walker,
Yeah.
Troy Brown, Damian Jones, they got young in the off season, or at least tried to. But Lord knows that didn't work. So maybe Memphis. I don't think I trusted Memphis. Yeah,
I think you
had
had
the Jazz
Warriors,
against
Lakers,
Kyrie.
if I remember.
I think I had Warriors and
I
Lakers.
think so. I
as
think
as
because we
the
both
top
had
two.
Lakers
Yep.
in the Western. Obviously, in the
Yeah.
Eastern, we both had the Boston Celtics as one of the teams.
I think we had Bucks.
Yeah, I had Philly
I'm pretty
because
sure both of us had Bucks.
I
Let
had
me
Philly
see,
and
because you know I always keep my notes right here.
yeah, I have mine like written down. I just remember mine from that, which is a while ago. It seems like what almost seems like 6 months ago,
No,
October.
I'm looking at the episode notes that
Yeah.
we did a Western Conference and an Eastern Conference preview. October
Yep.
20th.
Yep. That's the one I'm looking
Yeah,
at too. Yep.
and
Yep.
yeah, and I'm trying to think. I'm pretty sure it was between the 76ers, and I don't think I had faith in the Nets at that point. They still had Kyrie and Kevin Durant, and they had Ben Simmons. I didn't trust them.
Me neither. I didn't trust him because it was still
76ers.
Ben Simmons at the
Yeah.
time. It wasn't Harden. I don't think so. I
Mhm.
didn't trust him either. But
I didn't trust the Heat, so I do think it was the Bucks. But yeah, now
here
here
we
we are:
are.
Heat versus Celtics, Lakers versus
And make sure
Nuggets.
that you guys also write down who you think is going to be below. Who you think is going to the finals. We want to know who you guys got. And also, we want to know who you guys.
And who you got winning those
That's
awards?
exactly it. Who's going to win those awards? That Western Conference, Eastern Conference. We want to know that too. We both got different people actually, so that's going to be interesting on who we think is going to win it. Now,
Wait, who you got for the West again for the Magic Johnson?
I gotta have. So I had
Had
AD.
AD,
Yeah, I gotta
right?
have AD because I
Yep, and I
I
got
think they're gonna
Jokic.
probably give it to Bron because if he wins in the LA. Now that I think about it, they're probably gonna give it to Bron if he has similar stats to AD. But yeah,
Crazy enough, while we've seen AD go off for multiple games, LeBron's average is
still
still
higher
higher
because
because
he's
LeBron's just
consistent.
inconsistent.
AD is not. AD is not
Yeah.
consistent. But we'll see.
hmm
We'll see what happens. Either way, it's gonna be great matchups, and we can't wait to watch them. Make sure that you guys click that like button below, and make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and smash that post notifications. We want to make sure that you guys get all our posts whenever we post a new video or just give you a new short video to watch. Also, you guys can check out our social medias down below in the description, and you guys can check us out on patreon.com/who you got podcasts. That's where we have some podcasts that are not available for everybody and are definitely exclusive for the ones that join us up there. And also the website, we got everything there all at once, right?
Oh yes, www.whoyougotpodcast.com. We got access to the merch, the podcast, the YouTube videos, the blogs, and a way to contact us. Anything you need, make sure you go to One Stop Shop.
That's right. Again, appreciate you guys being here, and we'll see you guys next time on Who You Got. But before we get out of here, Melo, congratulations on making it to 100 episodes. I forgot to say it at the beginning, but
Yeah, I
a
forgot
hundred
too.
episodes.
Yes,
It's been a
100
wild ride. So
episodes.
I gotta give us both congratulations for making it here.
Yes, 100%. We just passed 2 years. That was a big milestone for us. And 100 episodes. Honestly, it's that's a long. It seemed like another lifetime ago when we first started this, but we've been rocking through, and we're definitely gonna get you 100 more. Might be a little slower this time, but we're definitely or
Yeah,
faster actually.
we'll see.
But either way, we're gonna make sure we keep contact. But yes, the big 100, the support we've gotten so far.
Exactly. Thanks everyone for being here with us, and hope that you join us for another 100 and another 1,000. All right. Have a good one, and we'll see you on Who You Got with
Mellow.
and Prado. Peace, y'all.